Welcome to Pint-Size Ashes on the first day of the fifth and final test where Joe Root won the toss and England are batting.
Stoneman faces up to Stark and driven beautifully straight down the ground.
Cummins round the wicket, bowls to Stoneman, who's
Caught behind, playing at a ball he didn't have to play at. That's been his problem, and plenty to think about for Mark Stoneman as he trudges off.
Stark in now. Vince chops up and down and over for four.
The bad news for regular listeners throughout this series is that Vince is looking very good.
The start of another cameo.
Lyon
In, Cook cuts and you get four for that. Short and wide from Lyon, he's furious with himself, asking for trouble if he bowled a Cook's cut shot.
A good start for England.
Cummins.
Vince, he's caught behind, there it is. The terrible shot. And he's flattered once again and not delivered.
Sun's out here at the SCG now. Hazelwood bowls, shout for RBW, umpire Wilson unmoved.
Deep pitch on, they've reviewed it.
Pitching in line, in line, and wicket.
Cook has gone. It's a good review from Australia.
Delivery is driven beautifully by Root for four through extra cover.
I thought most Aussies were quite humble.
Funny you should say that, actually. I think even your lifts were sledgy here at Brisbane.
Marsh bowls full, driven by Root, and there's a half century. Now the challenge for him is to turn a half century into a century, which he hasn't done in this series so far. Lyon bowling cracks it away, Milan. It's half stopped. The back row could be a run out. Two bats from the same end. Where's the ball going? No, it's gone away. And Australia made a mess of a run out opportunity there.
Sometimes you need a bit of luck, and can they make Australia pay?
Milan turning a full ball off the pads, and there is his 50. His fourth score of 50 or above in this series. It's been a good series for Milan.
Here's Stark in bowls, and Root's caught! He's gone! Root sinks to his knees, he can't believe it! Mitchell Stark has dismissed the England captain.
But now, a little window.
And no night watchman.
Hazelwood bowls to Besto. Edges, is he caught behind? He is. Another wicket with a new ball. And England subsiding somewhat at the end of the day's play. And Australia finished the day on a high. Welcome to Pint-Size Ashes on the second day of the fifth test, with England looking to build their first innings total.
Stark is in again. That's edged and quite brilliantly caught at second slip. That is an absolute ripper. Milan turned round by a ball that's just swung away from him ever so slightly. Steve Smith, wow.
Lyon bowls down the pitch, comes Curran, hits it towards mid-on. He's dropped. He's dropped.
As easy as they come, that's a goober.
Cummins bowls. Oh, this is high in the air off the top edge. Oh, that is incredible. Another drop catch. And there are people gasping in the crowd.
Comes around a wicket to him and he's edged and gone. Fending one that came at him around about chest height. There was a hostile delivery from Pat Cummins, who has bowled really, really well in this match.
Short ball smashed by Broad for six.
I don't mind the short ball, but it's coming every ball.
Yeah. Cummins in and
Caught! Easiest catch. Popped up by Tom Curran, who's played really well.
Lyon bowls to Broad, who hits this high in the air. He's going to be caught here. He is. Miscue from Broad. He went for a heave into the onside. Broad's cameo is over. Useful runs.
Cummins, and that's awkwardly played by Anderson. There's going to be a run out, surely. Crane's given himself out. He's walking off. England's innings has come to an end. 3:46, all out.
Bancroft waits. Broad is in.
Ball! Apologies. The news from the SCG is that Bancroft has been cleaned up by a superb full brisk delivery from Stuart Broad. Australia are 1 for 1.
Curran's full to Warner, hits it firmly towards Broad. He dives over the top of it and goes for four more. 3 falls in the over.
Delivery. He's worked it to the onside, and that'll be his 50. 50 for David Warner. And the SCG crowd mark their approval.
Anderson bowling, and is he edged? He's caught behind, and he's given out. Anderson's got Warner caught behind. A sweaty hug from Stuart Broad.
Down the wicket comes Khawaja and hits it high in the air for 6. With that 6, he advances to 51. Broad is in, it's edged and and it's bounced
Genuine edge.
just in front. Australia close day 2, the 193 for 2.
Welcome to Pint-Size Ashes on the third day of the fifth test, where Australian captain Steve Smith is at the crease with Usman Khawaja. Owen bowls, Smith nudges it away down towards fine leg, runs from here, and there is another half century for Steve Smith. This run machine.
We are watching greatness. We really are. Once you start looking at stats and he's the next best from Sedon, you know you've got a special player.
It's Moeen Ali bowls to Khawaja, who cuts into the offside and gets his 100. His first Ashes 100. This is a very fine way to come to the party.
Bowls to Khawaja, it's full, and he drills him through the offside for 4. Fine stroke. After a brief hiatus in Melbourne, Australia's domination of this series is resuming.
Stats don't lie. You know, in the 21st century, England are miles away from Australia. In Australian conditions, if they lose this game, it'll be 19 out of 25, 2 draws, 4 wins. That tells you everything.
19-25.
19 out of 25.
Australia wins.
Yeah.
Moeen round the wicket, bowls to Smith, who's caught and bowled. Well done, Moeen Ali. Stephen Smith is finally out. Last over before lunch. Can England get their 4th? Here's Crane in now, bowls and Khawaja pads that away. There's a big appeal. Bairstow likes it, Root likes it. Root's going to review it. Yeah. No ball. It was very, very close, you know. Marginal. No shot that would have been given out. Crane has been denied his first test wicket by a no ball.
Moeen bowls down the pitch, comes Khawaja going out towards the boundary, it's gone away for 4, that's the 150 for Usman Khawaja.
Root in. Outside edge. It's a big appeal from Bairstow and given. Marsh.
He's going to review. It is not a no ball.
That is nowhere near the ball. England's day gets worse.
Here's Moeen bowling. Marsh is down the track and Australia into the lead with 7 wickets in hand.
Anderson bowls to Marsh, and there's his half century. The Sydney crowd feel that Marsh has come out and played very well.
Down the week comes the ball. He's gone! Stumped. A wicket. A wicket for Mason Crane, his first wicket in Test cricket, and he's bamboozled Khawaja there.
Moeen Ali into bowl to Mitch Marsh. Marsh is down the pitch and hitting him back over his head. 6 to Marsh. Moeen bowls down the pitch comes Marsh again. He's got him again.
That's bigger.
6 more.
Current in, bowls to Mitchell Marsh, and he gets his 50. He salutes the crowd and raises his bat.
The two Marshes will come together, shake hands and walk off. 479 for Australia. They lead by 133.
Welcome to Pint-Size Ashes on the 4th day of the 5th test, where the Marsh brothers resume for Australia with Sean on the cusp of his century. Moeen bowls down the pitch, he comes, and he drives that into the offside for extra cover. Second 100 in this series for Sean Marsh, and his brother gives him a huge hug. It's continuing now. Brotherly love.
Anderson in now, and edged and through the slip cord, and Anderson can't believe it. And on a steaming hot day, when Anderson's bowled so accurately, that is not going to improve his mood.
Marsh on 99, Mitch Marsh, Curran bowls to him, that's forced away through the offside, 100 for Mitch Marsh. Sean Marsh reciprocates the hug.
Painful viewing, painful playing for England, who have toiled under a hot sun. 54 degrees in the middle.
Here's Curran bowling, oh, he's bowled him! And one stump is lying flat on the ground. The ball after he made his century, Mitch Marsh is out.
Broad in, Payne thinks on the offside, wants a single chance of a run out. If he hits, he does hit, Marsh has gone. It's a tame end to an excellent innings.
This hit high in the air, into the crowd. Well, we were expecting Stark to go big, and he has. Next delivery is again launched high in the air, and it is taken. Stark goes.
That's knocked away into the leg side. Oh, horrible piece of fielding, and it's gone away for 4. And that is the declaration. At 649 for 7, England have been humiliated in the field, and now they have to come out and bat and try somehow to save this Test match.
Stark is in, Cook on the pad. Alistair Cook has 12,000 runs in Test cricket, just the 6th player in the history of the game to do that. A very special achievement. Stoneman waits, Stark is in now, and you see on the pad there's a big appeal. Stark likes this, given! 5 for 1, and it's a forlorn trudge off for Mark Stoneman.
Nathan Lyon is in once more. Oh, it's bowled in! And the ball's turned past its outside edge and has clipped the stumps. He's been bamboozled by Lyon again.
It was a perfect delivery.
Cummins in again, and that's edged and caught at the second attempt by Stephen Smith. Vince has gone in a fashion that's horribly familiar. Vince's ashes are over.
It shouldn't be surprised. He's made his little cameo, and what does he do? He's forcing off the back foot.
Nathan Lyon.
There's a big appeal and given. Joel Wilson raises the finger. He's given out. Darren Milan has got to go.
Close of play on the fourth day. Australia closing in on a 4-0 series win. England is still 210 runs behind, but Root and Best have just given them a fraction of hope. Welcome to Pint-Size Ashes on the final day of the series, with England needing to bat out the day to force a draw. News on Root. Joe Root had a viral gastroenteritis bug. Apparently he's on the way back to the ground. We understand that he will bat at some time today.
Jerusalem is quite loud, isn't
Yeah, they might have been beaten on the field, England, but I don't think they've been beaten off it.
Cummins around the wicket, bowls to Moeen Ali, who chips it over cover in an extraordinary shot.
It's like a lob wedge just landing over the bunker. He only had 6 inches of green to work with, but he's left it just by the pin.
Lyons in.
He comes forward, a big appeal for LBW.
He's giving it
finally gives it on the front foot, and Moeen is walking off. He's not even considering a challenge. I'm out. Lyons got me again. I've had enough.
Who's going to come out?
It is Joe Root, and he's getting the applause he deserves, a standing ovation for coming out of hospital and trying to save a game. Lyon moves in and bowls to Root, and Root clips that away. There's his half-century. Resilience from England's captain on the final day.
Funny thing at lunch, I saw David Warner giving the message on the big screen. Have you seen
that. I did have a chuckle at that.
Yeah, encouraging all the fans to enjoy their day at the cricket, but you mustn't abuse, mustn't use any choice
Vilify,
language. Vilify, choice
offend.
language. Yeah, you can't offend anyone.
Or they'll be evicted from the ground and be given a large fine.
He should be thrown out of the ground.
Crucial change here, which is that the non-strikers end, not Joe Root, but Tom Curran. Joe has retired ill again on 58 not out. At what point does drawing or losing this test match become less important than Joe Root's health?
Health is always everything to me.
Cummins in. There's a on the pads, huge appeal, I've given it out, and the umpire has as well. Look dead.
This isn't going to be long.
Cummins round the wicket to Broad. Short ball will get caught easily off the arm guard, which a bit of glove. Broad walks off. Fierce bouncer from Cummins round the wicket. Australia jubilant.
Cummins in, and the bowl's a bouncer. Over to the keeper, edged and gone. Mason Crane's innings has come to an end. It was a snorter from Pat Cummins.
A brilliant throat ball.
Here's Anderson. Hazelwood bowls to him, and there's an appeal for a catch behind. It's all over. Australia have won a crushing victory by an innings of 123 runs, and Australia have won by 4 matches to 0.